Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me one of these diamonds in the rough. His name is Brendan Beaulieu. He's a wide receiver out of Bemidji State. Nice to have you, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Jimmy.
So, very big target there for Bemidji. All-American, like 1,500 plus yards receiving. Excellent year for sure there for you guys. But before we get talking about you and your career there, set the stage a little bit. Tell me where you're from and walk me through your journey in getting to Bemidji.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm from the Twin Cities area. I went to Park Cottage Grove, the high school here in Cottage Grove, and I played basketball and then football in high school there. I really love basketball. But then ended up just deciding on doing football coming out. And the guys that recruited me are actually no longer at Bemidji. A couple of the coaches there. One, Coach Ulrich, he's now at, I believe, Idaho. And then Coach Bagnell, who's now the head coach of UMary. So, yeah, those guys recruited me, really made me or helped me fall in love with Bemidji. And then ended up committing there, and the rest is history.
Right. Well, again, you said that you played some basketball there, near the Twin Cities. Definitely a sport that you love, but decided to pursue football instead. Why did you pursue football instead? I mean, what is the one thing about the game of football that you love the most?
I think it was more of the physical aspect of football that, you can play physical in basketball, but you can't go out and hit somebody every play. And, there's also some big plays in basketball, but, you know, that's a 90 to 90 score game or whatever, 60 to 60 score game in high school. But, there's a lot of big plays that can happen in football too. But yeah, and I ended up, I thought that I was a little bit better in football in high school too, so I had a little bit more opportunity there. So I pursued that instead.
Sure. Well, you're 6'3", you're not 6'8", so
Yeah,
maybe that was one of the reasons why you decided to stick with football. But
yeah.
still very good size for a wide receiver, which is nice. Again, found your way there at Bemidji. Talk about Bemidji State for people that may not know where it's located, and just kind of talk about the campus there and you as a student.
Yeah, Bemidji State is it's one of the most northern schools in the nation there. We're right on the Lake Bemidji there. Football field is right on the lake too, so that's a beautiful scene. And for everybody, especially in the summer, you're doing summer workouts and you're looking right at the lake. You're like, man, I can't wait to get out to that later that day. But yeah, Bemidji, I went there as a student to pursue project management. So I got that 2021 that year, and then now I'm pursuing my MBA. But yeah, Bemidji is just that beautiful, the beautiful summers, but really cold. It's a tundra in the winter.
Oh God, man, I can't even imagine. Right now where I'm at, it's 24 degrees and I'm a little south of that. So I can't even imagine. So
Yeah, I think
um
they go up to -20 right now or something like that, or
yeah,
negative.
screw that, man. Maybe during the summers, but Bemidji, it's got to be a beautiful place, like you said. I mean, over by that lake. Um, Uh, Talk about your guys' offense there. I mean, again, very prolific offense, pretty good quarterback there too. Go ahead and talk about that offense and how you've been used in that.
Yeah, the offense is really fun to play in. I mean, from running back, wide receiver, quarterback, any position you want really. We've been one of the top scoring offenses in the NSIC in the nation really the last couple of years. And that really is due credit to our offensive coordinator, Coach Pike, and then to our quarterback Brandon. He can really sling the thing out there. But Even for running backs, I mean, a couple years ago we had a running back uh, that was top in the NSIC, our conference there in rushing yards too. So he really likes our offensive coordinator really likes to use his weapons, and if that's the wideouts, the running backs, our quarterback, and as long as Brandon's there, they're going to be throwing that thing around.
Yeah, well, I mean, they threw a whole bunch your way. I mean, again, putting up some gaudy stats. Um, Again, I've already described at least your physical stature, but I kind of want to hear it from you. I mean, what do you feel is perhaps like the best thing you bring to the table as a prospect? I mean, is there maybe a guy that you would even compare yourself to, at the next level?
Um, yeah, I like as a wide receiver, with them coming up and pressing me, sometimes I like to use my body to get open sometimes. I get that separation using my body, but then to compare myself to a lot of receivers, you watch a lot of film, or I watch a lot of film of players in the league. You got guys from Amari Cooper, and then Keenan Allen. You got the route running. You got to take some things from everybody a little bit there, but Amari Cooper's a little bit bigger guy, and I like to take things from him. But yeah, I think one of my best attributes is really understanding coverages and um, getting open in space and finding the green grass there. So,
Nice, and certainly a great target in the red zone as well. So, again, had yourself a great career. After you closed things up there, you ended up getting an invite to the College Gridiron Showcase. So can you elaborate on your experience there and just kind of talk through maybe some of the things that you did?
yeah, I traveled down to the Gridiron Showcase on a Saturday, and then things started right as I landed that day. We were doing measurements, and then we had a couple seminars and things like that. But then the next day, interviews, a couple more seminars. Sorry, and then Monday was our first practice. We had through two practices and then the game on Wednesday, and then yeah, the practices were great. Great opportunity to get exposure, especially against some of those bigger schools. Not, they're not D2s. Those are the FCS, FBS schools. So, it was good exposure and good opportunity for me to go down there and show what I got.
And how you feel like you did of playing for the first time against D1 competition?
I felt like I held my own. I did pretty good, especially the second day. I went out and I showed what I could really do, finding the space, catching tough balls, and then getting some separation too.
Nice. And while you were there, did you have any interview time with some NFL scouts?
I had a couple NFL scouts and then the USFL too.
Nice. How did those interviews work for you? I mean, did they give you any feedback? Did they throw you any curveball questions? Like, how did those interviews work?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was just kind of, getting to know me. And then I asked what they thought I needed to get better at, and a lot of them gave me some feedback there, especially coming from a small school. They wanted me to get to see me get some more separation, get some of that speed going there too. So
Nice. So I mean, you went out there, hopefully, showcase your talent. All you need is one scout truly to fall in love with you anyways. So hopefully it was one of those guys out there. But also, I mean, I'm assuming you're training right now for a pro day, correct? I mean, uh,
correct.
do you have one set up already? I mean, I don't know what Bemidji's situation is. Are you going to be at some other location or what?
So Bemidji doesn't hold one, but the conference I believe holds one for the NSIC. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to get into a bigger one, that might have a little bit more scouts. But the scouts have to want to see you there, so you got to get into those and have a scout want to see you. So
Well, hopefully you'll get your opportunity, there as well. That would be really nice, for you to get that. But uh, what are your expectations for your pro day? I mean, do you have any like numbers that you're trying to obtain or anything like that?
Yeah, there's definitely some numbers I want to attain. I got to show that I can run fast, and I mean that's the top thing on the list right now. That's kind of marking me off as a receiver that has potential. But yeah, I got to run fast. I got to run at least. I've heard numbers told 4.6, but I think I need to run at least high 4.4, high 4.5,
Well, you
four
got to
five
run
at
as
least.
fast as you can,
Yeah,
whatever that,
just run as
however
fast as I
fast that
can.
is.
Yeah. And then I think I could easily jump around 37, 38 around there. I'm working on that. I got to add a couple inches there, but that's the thing I can work at. It's one of my best attributes, I think, is jumping. Um, and then I'll put up some good bench numbers there too. Got some good upper body strength, and then I need to run good 7 cone and 5.10.5 too. So
Nice. Well, I mean, certainly preparing for the next step in your career. Brendan, how are you taking all this right now? I mean, with you being an NFL prospect, I know some people it's kind of hard to wrap their mind around the whole thing. I mean, what's going through your brain?
I'm just trying to take the process one step at a time. Like I haven't really thought past, like the whole NFL prospect thing. I'm just trying to take advantage of every opportunity I get. And fortunately enough, I've been um landed this opportunity. And I'm just trying to, do the best that I can to show my ability when I get that opportunity.
Well, I mean, definitely a legitimate prospect. Again, we talked about a very prolific career. You know, you had a good outing at an all-star showcase and a lot of great moments. Can you maybe share a personal favorite like highlight of your career, like when you look at it as a whole, whether it be the beginning or somewhere towards the end there?
Yeah, I think a personal highlight for my career would be being able to go to the playoffs for the first time for Bemidji, and then being able to do it again the next year. So going back to back years of playoffs, that was something that, you know, a goal for our group, our senior class, when we came in. That's what we wanted to do. It's what we've always been wanting to do there at Bemidji, and being able to accomplish that in the first, that was one of my favorite accomplishments we did there.
Nice. And are there guys that are still going to be there like next season in order to hopefully carry on that tradition? Can you talk about maybe some people that are still going to be there?
Yep. So Brandon came in with us, and he had an injury, so he'll be there. He's taking his extra year. A couple of the wide receivers, Dell Duncan Busby. He's been a prolific wide receiver for us the last couple of years. Got a cornerback, Princeton Harris, coming back. He really stabled himself as probably, I think, the best NSIC corner. And that's not just coming from me. That's coming from other wide receivers in the league. And then we didn't lose much on defense. So we got our defense is really coming back, and then our offense, we didn't lose much there either, and we got a couple good transfers there too. So I'm really excited for them in the future, and what they're going to be able to accomplish here next year.
Nice. So hopefully playoffs once again. That would be great.
Hmm.
Brendan, let's take a moment and I want to get a chance to meet you outside of football a little bit. So talk to me about something about you that's, interesting, fun, unique, or whatever, whether it be hobbies or anything else that you want to talk about. I'm game. So give me something.
Yeah. So it's hard to have a hobby when the last things you've been doing the last 6 years is football. But outside of football, when I really try to relax, I'm either going to be playing some video games. I like playing a little bit of the strategy video games, get the mind working a little bit more there. And then relaxing. I like listening to a wide variety of music, you know from pop, country, rock, rap. I like listening to it all. So that's one of my hobbies, finding some of that diamond in the rough music.
Sure. So, Brendan, a couple of fun questions for you. You mentioned music. Um, if it's karaoke night, what's Brendan Beaulieu gonna be singing? What's that one song that you'd be confident in singing, even if you might be embarrassed to admit it?
Oof. I have the confidence to go up there and start singing, huh? I said listening to music. But man, that's a tough question because there's a lot of great tunes that you could go out and sing. I'll probably be comfortable enough probably singing any of those Journey songs.
Okay, well, hey, that'll work.
Yeah.
And again, tell me about your hometown just a little bit more. Like, if I were to come visit you, is there maybe a place that we would go? Maybe something that we would do there? Near the Twin Cities.
Well, Cottage Grove is a little suburb. It's a growing suburb. So I don't know if we'll be doing much in Cottage Grove, but around the surrounding areas, they're like in Woodbury. That's the next probably closest city. There's a lot of things to do there. They got a couple cool places to do, like uh go-kart. Oh, it's called the Burrow, but they just got rid of their go-karts. But
Ah,
Top Golf's on the north side of the cities. That's always something fun to do. But yeah.
cool. Well, I mean, it's nice to know a little bit about your hometown there. Brendan, I know you have a lot going on. I mean, you're training hard. I mean, you're working towards that pro day and hoping to impress a whole lot of scouts. Um, as we close up shop, I want you to really address all those scouts, talk to them directly, and tell them why they need to take a chance on you. Get in their roster and hopefully make a splash there as a guy from Bemidji. So give them your pitch.
Yeah, so I really understand my weaknesses, and that's things that the first thing I did when I got done with the season was attacking those weaknesses and things I need to get better at, say the speed. So I've been really working on that, getting the numbers. I've improved a lot already from my base numbers that we did already. So I really work on some of those things that I know are my weaknesses, and then I'll even do that when I get on the team or get an opportunity to do. And if it's special teams or any role on a team that I could get, I want to take advantage of that.
Well, I mean, again, definitely a very prolific wide receiver there for Bemidji State, All-American. Fantastic, past couple of seasons and a really big target to throw to. So, a lot going for you, really, as a prospect. So, Brendan, just want to wish you very best of luck in this process. All right, buddy?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Sure. Once again, Brendan Beaulieu, wide receiver, Bemidji State. Definitely check him out.